Hi, I recently decided I was going to start work on another Imperial Guard army, and I thought while I was at it I'd make a couple of videos about the process. And in this first video I'm going to take a look at how you can get the most number of guardsmen for your money. Now I am just looking at Cadians in this video because Cadians are the default standard guard figures available from Games Workshop. In the second video that I'll do, I'll look at some alternatives. Anyway, here we go with the first video. The Start Collecting set is a good place to start an Imperial Guard army. The cost of it is just a little bit less than the cost of an Imperial Guard Cadian Infantry Squad and a Lehman Russ tank kit, both of which come inside this set. And so in addition to the small saving on those, you're also getting a commissar and a heavy weapons team. Overall, you're saving well over £20 on the purchase price from Games Workshop if you get this. There's a way, though, that you can make it even better value for money, and that relies on the way the sprues work for Cadian infantry squads. The single 10-man squad comes in 2 sprues of 5 men, and unlike some armies where you'll then get 1 sprue of extra bits for special weapons, specialist equipment and sergeants and so on, the 2 sprues are identical. So inside this set there are the parts for 2 sergeants, 2 Vox sets, and 2 either grenade launcher or flamer specialists. And this means that if you can just get lots of basic riflemen, then you can expand this single squad to 2 squads. And you can do that by buying 2 of the easy to assemble sets. Each of these just has 5 riflemen in. They are single posed figures. There are no specialists, no sergeants, no Vox casters. It's just 5 Cadians with lasguns. And these are pretty cheap. At present they are £6 from Games Workshop. And if you compare that to the cost of the Cadian Infantry Squad, which at the moment is more than £20, then you get enough men to fill out the riflemen of a complete squad, of 2 complete squads within these boxes for just over half the cost of a regular box set of Cadian infantry. So for a total of £67 instead of 55, you get an extra squad out of this this Start Collecting set and these 2 basic sets. So you're saving an extra £10. So I would advise, if you're starting out, that you get the Start Collecting set and 2 of the easy to assemble Cadians, and you will then have yourself 2 Imperial Guard squads and a commissar to lead it, as well as a tank for backup. The exact same point can be made about the Cadian Infantry Squad set. These are exactly the same models as you're getting in the Start Collecting set, with 2 sprues, each including the parts for a sergeant, a Vox caster, and either a grenade launcher or a flamethrower specialist. So if you buy 2 more of the easy to assemble Cadian sets each time you get an infantry squad set, then you're getting 2 infantry squads for £10 less than you would if you bought 2 infantry box sets themselves. Of course, you're having to make do with single pose figures, but quite frankly, they're not bad, these poses. They are exactly the same sort of quality casting, and they blend in very well with the multi-part figures from the infantry set. As you continue to expand your Imperial Guard army, you're going to want more than just a commissar to command it, and that's where this set comes in, the Cadian Command Squad. It includes 5 figures, an officer and his 4-man command squad, and these are all multi-part plastics, and there are a lot of weapon options and equipment options in this. Also, there are multiple options for the torso of the officer. Now, this squad costs as much as this one does. despite the fact you get twice as many men in the Cadian Infantry Squad as you get in the Command Squad. It's just there are far more options in the Command Squad set that you'll have left over at the end. And thankfully, the plastics in these two sets are 100% compatible with one another. So that means you can take a lot of the unused parts that you have got in this set and you can apply them to one of the 5-man sprues in this set to build pretty much a complete command squad again. The only thing that won't be duplicated is the medic. Now you could build a second medic simply by splitting the parts from the medic in this set apart. It's bandages in the hand and a backpack marked with a medical symbol. So you could give one medic the bandages and one medic the backpack if you are willing to split them up like that. Other than that, you get a lot of extra special weapons in the Command Squad set, although of course you've got a extra grenade launcher and a flamethrower in here anyway. There are torso options for the officer and head options for the officer, so you can make another officer. He just won't be in a great coat, but he'll look different to the regular soldiers in here. And there are 2 different standard bearer options in this set, so you can also have a standard bearer, whilst the Vox set you'll simply take from the infantry squad. So that gets you a second command squad for half the price. Now that leaves you with 5 men left over in this, and 5 men aren't really all that good on their own, but of course if you just buy another of the easy to assemble sets, then you can make an Imperial Guard infantry squad out of it. So that means by buying these 3 box sets, it is the same as buying one of those and 2 of those, but for far less money again. The last of the core infantry sets available is the Cadian Heavy Weapons Squad, and in this you get 3 2-man heavy weapons teams, and you can use these in one of 2 ways. Either all 3 teams together as a single squad, or you can use individual teams as upgrades to other infantry and command squads. Now you'll notice that each of the figures in this are kneeling, and they don't actually all have to be. And since they are, again, 100% compatible with the Infantry Squad box set and the Command Squad box set, this means that by mixing parts from this set with the Infantry Squad set, you can get far more heavy weapons teams than just the 3 that are included in here. In fact, you can get up to 9 out of the bits in this set without having to do any converting or modelling to replace tripods or grips. 3 of the weapon options in the set are tripod mounted. That's the heavy bolter, the auto cannon and the las cannon that you can see here. Now these are the only ones that actually require a kneeling figure in the form of the gunner, so that his hands are at the right level to operate the weapon. But apart from that, any of the gunners or loaders could actually use standing figures taken from an infantry set, and that's how you get the extra bodies that you need to use the other weapons. For example, here's the missile launcher, and as you can see, there's no real reason why the gunner and the loader can't both be standing up, and so you could take that missile launcher and put it on one of the figures from the infantry set to make an infantry squad with a missile launcher without using up any of the precious gunner figures from this set. Also, if you don't put the stand onto this weapon, then you can use that stand to make a mortar. Visible more clearly on the front again, as you can see, that could quite easily have both of the crew standing up. Now of course you only get 3 60mm bases in this, so you're going to come up short if you're wanting to put your heavy weapons teams onto proper plastic bases. Fortunately, these can be mail ordered separately from Games Workshop. At this time they are £3 for 3, so £1 a base, and by combining those bases with figures taken from the Infantry Squad set, you can get yourself far more heavy weapon teams without having to buy lots of heavy weapon squad box sets. So as you can see, I'm all set to now start work on my new Imperial Guard army with lots of figures to assemble. And in my next video, as I mentioned earlier, I will be looking at ways that you can create an Imperial Guard army that looks somewhat different to just the standard Cadians presented here. Thanks for watching. Bye.